Okay, this is a how to um, start our creators. So we're going to start with um, going into missions and loadouts. So we're going to get that done first because that's what people will see. I'm going to look at Buried City. You're going to want to just calm down and look at this and just press inspect. And this will give you a quick idea of where everything is. Um, Off to the right, there is what each symbol means. Um, so based on what you're looking for, you're going to want to, figure out what you're going to want to focus on. Um, the first thing you're going to want to focus on, regardless of what the game tells you, is getting your stash maxed out. It maxes out at 280, and you're going to want to do that for various quests and materials that you're going to need to rank up your workbenches and all that stuff. Um, Now let's go to loadouts. You're going to want to go in without anything um, to have access to the safe pocket. Anything you put in here, regardless if you extract or not, you will get to keep. Um, you will only keep it if you die, other than extracting, right? So I'm not sure if running out the clock on a round works, but chances are you won't live that long. Um, in the beginning, look for things you can sell, right? So jackets, toasters, uh, there are things that have certain each item has like a certain little emblem or sort of like design on the bottom left of it, and it will tell you like let's see if there's a quicker way to look at this stuff. Shields, weapons, miscellaneous. So this things you can sell will have a diamond. Um, right? So you're looking at things that are 3,000 to 1,000. Um, some materials you can sell as well. So I would recommend selling everything you get a hold of just to get your stash size up. Um, what else? The reason why I'm saying keep away for free loadouts that when you get your stash up as high as possible, you're then going to want to focus on going with free loadouts and then extracting immediately, right? And then what you're going to do is, if you're able to extract, is to put everything in your stash, right? Until you have one of each weapon, until you can craft those weapons, right? You will find blueprints and stuff. Um, that's another good reason to go in without anything, to just have your safe pocket and to learn those blueprints. Um, when you're at that point where you've maxed out your safe pocket, your safe stash, your stash, and you've gotten some free loadout weapons in there, then you're going to want to focus on your workshop. And you're going to want to get everything up to level 2, pretty much, as much as you can. I would focus on one thing at a time, right? So there are some things that you need for workbenches for each rank up. Some of them will be made by other workbenches. So you're going to want to go through here and look and plan out um, when you're looking to level up a workbench. You're going to want to press triangle for PlayStation. It will probably be whatever the buttons are on Xbox, and then probably your interact key on your computer, whatever you have that bound to. And this will allow you to see what you need in missions, right? Um, and that's a good way to keep track of things. Now let's move on to Scrappy while we're on workbenches. You're going to get materials. This will use up a lot of space in your vault, in your stash. So anytime he has materials to bring back, sell them, right? Um, okay, moving on from that, uh, you're going to want to train him. This is level 2. Level 1, you need to look for a dog collar, right? So you're going to want to put that in your safe pocket. People are going to kill you, but you'll leave with it, and that will help you get better loot. Yeah, see, so it doesn't tell you, but this is just like, hey, this ranks them up, and in theory, this should get you more or better loot. Um, okay, now let's move on to um, quests. After you did all that preliminary, you're basically set up now. You're going to want to do quests, right? So look down here.
About the site.
These are different. They are going to give you quests to start out with, right? And they're going to be very easy. You don't have to do all of them. They're not time gated either. So you can do these as you want. And these I would recommend watching videos of, especially if you're on a time crunch. But
Don't
they will
forget
tell
about
you
Stella Montis. That place isn't going to investigate itself, you know.
what you're doing to do, and these will give you rewards, right? Like I said before, don't take what you can't craft, especially when it comes to weapons. Especially when it comes to like this quest will reward you with a level 3 weapon. Level 3 weapons are two things: very valuable, and two, um, a pain in the ass to upkeep, right? So don't level up a weapon to level 3 or at all, um, especially if you think you're going to lose it. Where am I going to go from here? Um, let's go on to areas. So as you progress, you're going to open up harder areas, I believe. Where do you open up first? I believe you open up Blue Gate first, or Dam Battlegrounds, one of these two. And there are things you're going to see, but what you're going to see if you start out, when you start out, is the map will be empty. You cannot play these until you play like certain matches of each one. So you'll work your way through the map, and Stellamontis being the hardest. Excuse me. This is usually where people PvP. Uh, as you move through here, when you start looking for resources, the best time to go to places like Spaceport and Buried City. Well, Buried City is easy, right? But the best time to do that is when there's other things going on. Right? You're going to want to go to places when there's a harvester or when there's a monarch. Um, that's just something that you're not going to want to do starting out, but that's something that is going to keep other players busy, and that's mainly what you want to focus on, right? If you see a bunch of players fighting a big spider or something called the harvester, you will have people come up and ask like, "Hey, do you want to do it?" And just say, "No, I'm okay. I'm doing stuff, or I'm looking for this resource." Um, and especially if you're going in with nothing, so you can have your safe pocket, I would do that. All right, well, this is a video. This is how to play Arc Raiders. Um, actually, one last thing. I'm gonna end on this. How long is video? 9 minutes. I'm gonna end on this. We're going to go to trees, and what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to start out with, it's not giving me a tooltip. Here we go. Wearing a shield doesn't slow you down as much. Not really helpful. But what you're going to want is ways to breach sealed doors and containers. They have like a bar across them. And there are these metal boxes that require you to breach. Also, there are courier drones that crash that you're going to want to breach as well. And those taking less time is better. Um, you make less noise when breaching. You're going to want to get this up, you know, as high as possible. And then this will make it where you'll take less time. Um, Getting one level of this is good as well because if you go in with equipment, you're not gonna be slowed down wearing a shield. Um, and then I just you went through here, right, and then just copy what I have here because it will make sense. But once you do this, the second one you're going to want to level up is mobility. So conditioning and mobility are the best until you get 7 in conditioning, and then 24 in mobility and 21 in survivability. Now that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching and have a